What I will say is this. The Diarcos, good family.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the street all his life. He was always involved with restaurants. I think about it, right?
Very interesting.
Matter of fact, my father had a restaurant
Is that right?
on
I didn't know
Mulberry
that.
Street. Yeah, I didn't know that until recently either. But I remember when I was a kid, he had a restaurant, my father, on Mulberry Street between Kenmare and Broome.
Oh, wow.
And Al Diarco bought it from my father. Yeah. He bought the restaurant. And then from there, he opened up a burger stand. Remember the Market Diner?
Of course, yeah.
Famous place.
Yeah.
It was on the West Side Highway.
Yep. West Side Highway.
Al opened up a burger stand. It was like a pop-out.
Right near there, right?
Yeah. And he had like 50-cent burgers or something. Something like real
It
inexpensive.
was like a storefront or something he had.
It was
right?
a pop-out. Like it was like a shack, like a wooden shack that popped out. Right? When I was boxing, I had to do my road work, right? So I lived on Greenwich Street in Tribeca, called Independence Plaza. There were 3 towers there,
Yep, I
right?
remember.
So what I would do is I would do my road work on the West Side Highway. So I would run from, let's say, from my building, and it would be on the West Side Highway. I would run all the way to 14th Street, and I'd run back, about a 3-mile run, right? So every morning when I come out, you know, daylight's just starting to come out. But the trick was to get out before the trucks came out.
Right. So you don't breathe all that in.
You could breathe all that in, right? So I would jog, but on the way back, I see John, my buddy, like, well, you know, he was working in the hamburger stand. So we nicknamed John Dean.
Why?
I don't know, because he was always like, you know, he always had his collar popped. He always had his hair slicked back, like John Dean, you know?
Yeah, Jimmy Dean.
Yeah, Jimmy Dean, yeah. So we used to call him John Dean. He drove a big Cadillac, you know. He was a good kid, you know? Really, really a good kid. Harmless. Like, you know, a kid will fight. He wasn't a killer, but he'd fight. So on the way back, he would see me every time and go, hey, you know. And I'd stop. He'd give me orange juice. You know, the father would be there. They would give me burgers to take home, you know. Because after my road work, I would go home and shower up, take a nap, and then go to the gym. So either one day was a sparring day or one day was just a bag day. So let's say it was Monday. Monday, I would go do my road work in the morning, go home, take a nap, get up at 1 o'clock, go to the gym at 2, go to the gym at 1, 2 o'clock, and it would just be bags, let's just say, right? The next day would be, you know, sparring, and so on and so on, right? A story that happens, I used to train on 14th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. It was a gym called the Gramercy. Famous place. The Gramercy gym, when I was going there, it had wood planks that were getting ready to, like, cave in.
Yeah.
Cobwebs on the ceiling. I mean, the place was
I think
just,
all the gyms looked like that back then.
yeah, it was
they
the
really
real.
did.
Yeah, you walked in there, you couldn't even see because all the sweat, you know.
Yeah. The smell, very distinct smell they had.
Tyson trained there, Larry Holmes trained there, Jerry Cooney, Mustafa Hamshaw, Marvin Hagler, they all trained there, right? I'm training with this old man, Jewish guy. He was like a welterweight in his prime, Teddy. And man, he was not a good guy, right? And just really taught me, like, the guy was a good trainer, you know? So I'm getting ready to go into the Golden Gloves, right? So there's this guy up there, he's a boxer, his name is Ray Ellson. You can Google him, Ray Ellson. He was the sparring partner when the fight was going on between Mustafa Hamshaw and Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
He was Mustafa Hamshaw's sparring partner.
Okay.
And this guy, they used to come to him just to be a sparring partner because Ray had like 80 pro fights, but he lost like 40 of them. But the guy could take a beating. So he's like the perfect sparring partner, like, you know, middleweight, strong.
That's why they picked him.
He was healthy. So like if you were getting ready for a fight, it was one of these guys. He was the guy that got you ready, you know? So I'm there. At the same time, Cliff is telling me, quit boxing. Boxing sucks. Stay with the martial arts. Oh, nah, I wanna try it, you know? So I'm getting ready for the Golden Gloves. I'm sparring 3 times a week. I'm hitting the bags. I'm doing my road work. And I'm probably weighing about 185. I'm going to go in as light heavy, right? Ray comes up to me one day. He says, hey, let's spar. So I'll get you ready for the gloves. I says, okay. Put my headgear on. We go in the ring. So when you go in the ring and you're sparring, it's a 3-minute round. 2.5 minutes, there's another bell that pops off.
Right.
Which
30 seconds left. Yeah.
Lets you know there's 30 seconds left, right?
Yeah.
So we're going good for 2.5 minutes. I'm holding my own. We're going back and forth. We got a nice flow going.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, that 2.5 minute bell hit. He turned it up.
Starts
Boom,
wailing on you.
boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I'm getting hit left and right. What the, And I'm blocking. I'm trying to hit, but I'm blocking. I'm like, this guy unloaded on me. I go back to the corner. Teddy's washing my mouthpiece. He goes, kid, he unloaded on you a little bit. You got to watch out. Be more careful. I says, yeah. Get back in second round. Does the same shit. Worse. I walk back wobbling.
Yeah.
I didn't go down, but I was wobbling, right? Third round. Teddy didn't want me to go out the third round. I said, no, I'm going back out. I go back out. Anyway.
Same thing.
I caught a beating. Let's put it that way. In a nice way.
For 30 seconds, 3 times in a row.
And this guy thinks like, oh, I'm helping you get ready for the gloves.
He's getting you ready.
No,
That's
what you
he's
did was
thinking. You beat the
took
living.
advantage of a kid who was just starting to box.
Yeah, who don't know any better, and you beat the living.
You see me sparring for 6 months. I'm doing good. Right?
Yeah.
Now you want to unload on me. Right? So I always had a resentment towards this guy because I'm saying,
Of course.
I'm going to get this guy back in the ring. I'm going to hit him back, right? Well, not even a week or two later, I still got black eyes from when I was training with him, right? Cliff used to be a bouncer at this club called The Area. The Area was on Varick Street. And the Area Club used to change themes every night. Like one night was a what do you call theme, and another night was another theme.
Yeah, underwater. They do a whole bunch of stuff. I remember this. Yeah, they changed the whole set.
Well, Cliff was a known bouncer in the city. Like he was a known big bouncer, security guy. He worked at the 1018, that famed the Roxy.
Yeah.
He worked at all the Underground. He worked at all the clubs. They all knew him, So Doc, as you call it, right? Yeah. He's the head bouncer at The Area, right? I used to go there to see him because there was a lot of nice looking girls would show up at these clubs.
Sure.
I had it in there. So it was a good pickup place for me, right? Who's waiting in line to get in? Ray Ellson, all dressed up.
Really?
Yeah, he had on slacks and a shirt,
Okay.
Frank, like we're best friends. I look, I go, oh, hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
So right off, goes in my head.
Tell Doc.
Yeah, we'll get him in. So I said, Ray, wait here. I go to Doc. I say, Doc. He said, what's up? He used to wear earplugs because of the noise in the place. What's up, man? I go, hey, remember that guy I sparred? I got the black. Yeah. I said, he's outside. He wants to come in. He said, oh, okay. He says, let's get him in. So he goes up front.
That's funny.
He tells everybody, he's with me, comp him. Mm-hmm. No cover, no nothing. Opens up the rope.
Let him right in.
Lets the guy right in. I'm walking with Ray. Ray goes, hey, I wanted to talk to you. He said, I apologize for in the gym. Maybe I got a little out of hand, but I said, nah, Ray, that's all right.
Yeah. Water under the bridge.
He goes to the bar, goes to have a drink, right? Cliff tells me, he says, all right, come on, let's go. He knows exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We walk over. Cliff walks over. I introduce him to Cliff. Cliff tells him, boxing sucks. Just like that.
Yeah.
Ray goes,
I'm sure you said something worse.
Ray goes, okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you box? He tells him. No, he says, I don't box. He says, boxing sucks. I do martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Ray said, well, I don't think martial arts is good. I know. He said, why don't you come up to the gym? Ray tells him. Cliff says, all right. He said, yeah, Frank. He said, next week, bring him up to the gym. He said, we'll go, we'll spar. Cliff says, we don't got to go to the gym. We could do this right now. Hits him with an elbow smash. Grabs him by the back. No, grabs him by the back of his head first.
And then
elbows him.
Oh.
Splats his nose.
Yeah, I was going to say, he just wants to crush his
I never forget,
face.
I had this white windbreaker on. Nice.
You're getting splattered.
Splattered. All over. I mean, blood everywhere.
Yeah.
That the shot was so loud over the music. Like when somebody gets hit a shot and everybody goes, ooh, at once.
Yeah, you
right?
hear it.
That's what happened. Everybody makes a full circle. Ray's standing there like this, just wobbling. Cliff looks at me and goes, what'd I tell you about boxing? Gets his finger, pokes his chest. Boom. Boom. He goes down like a sack of potatoes. Right? I'm standing there. He goes over, he picks Ray up, throws him over his shoulder. Wow. Don't forget, this guy's 6'6".
Like a rag doll.
Like a rag doll. Walks him outside, walks him down the block.
Dumps him in a garbage can.
Throws him up against the wall. Oh. Ray's starting to
come around, yeah.
He says, now spar with my student. So I'm saying to myself, I can't hit this guy. This guy has enough, right?
No.
This idiot picks his hands up.
Like he's ready to go?
Like he's ready to go.
Wow.
So what did I do?
You hit him.
I unloaded on him.
Just like he did the last 30 seconds of every round.
Worse.
Good.
Knock him out cold. Ambulance comes. I get out of there. Right? They send the guy to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
His nose is broke. His jaw's broke.
Wow.
He's going to have a cast around his head. I might have hit him with a hardball bat too. Who knows? Right? This guy's effed up. He's in the hospital for like over a week. Right? Word gets out to the whole gym.
Mm-hmm.
So the owners of the gym were Al Galvin and Bob Jackson. Known guys in the boxing industry. Like they were on like the board of the boxing federation. I mean, they would know whatever. They go over to Teddy Atlas and says, hey, you know, this guy can't come up here no more. We're clipping his locker.
Yeah.
They said, you heard what happened?
So you're getting blamed for this.
I called Teddy up. I want to come off the gym.
Yeah.
Hey, kid, don't, it was like Mickey.
Mickey,
don't
yeah, like
come
you're
up,
talking to Mickey
don't
from
come
Rocky.
up here. Don't effing come up here. I got to meet you somewhere else. This guy's effed up. You realize he was in the effing hospital? Got 100 stitches. Oh, my God.
Sorry to
they
laugh.
clipped your locker. This, that.
Yeah.
So I go like this. All right, Teddy. I go meet him on Delancey Street. Delancey Street was like a known Jewish neighborhood where Teddy grew up.
Yeah.
Gus's Pickles originally from there. That's where you get the A-creams and everything.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. All the shopping stores were there. They sold the leather jackets. They sold everything on Delancey.
Saturday was like a big day
spot.
there.
Yeah, that was the spot to go shopping.
I go meet him in this joint we used to go to. He goes, man, kid. So Ray finally got out of the hospital. He walked up to Teddy. He said, I thought I got hit with a bat. He said, that guy, he said, man, set me up. I said, Teddy, I didn't set him up. I said, you see what he did to me here? It so happens, I'm at the joint hanging out. So happens he shows up.
Yeah.
So what do you know?
And the guy who's training you in martial arts is there.
Yeah, so I went like this to him. He said, yeah, but did you have to hit? I said, what do you mean hit him? I said, we didn't hit him with nothing. This guy got hit with hands and elbows. That's all he got hit with. He got jumped.
Yeah.
I said, so anyways, I didn't go back to the gym anymore, right?
Obviously.
So I had to switch gyms.
Yeah.
So I started going to Gleason's, the original Gleason's.
The original one.
And then before they moved to Brooklyn Heights. And then there was a gym up in Times Square, not a famous gym where everybody trained. I would go up there. So one day, I was getting a haircut on First Avenue and, no, hang on a second. Take that back. It's on 2nd Avenue. Oh, wait. Yeah, 2nd Avenue because it was going downtown. 2nd Avenue and like 13th Street, like right before 14th. My barber was there. Mm-hmm. Right? And I was with one of my cousins getting a haircut. So he goes on the chair first. Right next door was like a health food store. You know, we could get things to eat and drink.
Mm-hmm.
His Ray was like a health nut.
Mm-hmm.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, no kidding.
I walk in. Who's paying for stuff is Ray. I walk by him like he just was in shock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
what
he's
now?
looking at me. I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm saying, holy shit.
What now?
Yeah. So immediately I walk all the way to the back of the place. I grabbed the biggest bottles that I could out of the freezer, out of the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
2 big bottles of water, like big bottle waters. I go like this stuff. I go, all right, come on, let's go. You know? He goes, what? And then my cousin realizes that I'm taking too long. He comes running in off the chair.
Oh,
still had the, what do you call the you know,
barber
they put
thing, the
cape
collar?
on you?
Yeah.
With scissors.
Oh, geez.
Made to stab him. The guy goes like this. The guy looks and goes, what the? You friggin' Italians, you're nuts. I'm getting, look at you. You were bottles, him coming with a scissor. What the F did I do? I'm still effed up from those shots.
Wow.
So we just looked at him, and then he walked down and got in his car. He was like shaking his head, going, I don't want no more problems, you know? Yeah. That was the end of my boxing career.
Mm-hmm. But you stayed with martial arts, didn't you?
What happened was I realized boxing's good, great shape I was in.
Yeah.
All I wanted was, I realized what I was doing it for was just to get the golden gloves to get on my neck.
Yep.
But then, you know what, when I went up to my grandfather's club and, you know, talking to Teddy, talking to other guys that were in the boxing thing, going, hey, kid, you want to go pro?
Mm-hmm.
I go, no.
No.
I just want the gloves. This is...
Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah. Do something else
You want
with
a pair
your
of
time.
golden gloves? Go make a pair of golden gloves up, put them around your neck,
Yeah.
you know?
Have a jeweler make them for
Yeah,
you.
if you ain't going to go pro, don't even waste your time. So I kept with it for a little while. Like when Gleason's opened up in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
I would go there and train, spar a little bit, but never got serious again. You know, actually training when I'm going to go into sparring and go into the Madison Square Garden and all that stuff.
Yeah, that
you know?
wasn't your game.
No. And then I hurt my shoulder. My shoulder got tweaked a little bit. And then plus the martial arts was so much more effective. A lot of guys in the neighborhood, everybody knew how to throw punches.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff that I was learning.
Yeah, it's a world of difference from just boxing.
I mean, judo and the karate that Cliff was teaching me and then Zuzio and then all this stuff. I mean, it was just night and day.
Yeah.
You know?
It's advanced stuff even for that time.
But I tell you what, though, it wasn't around back then. You know, the art that could beat all of that, all of it.
I don't.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, didn't you train a little bit with that?
7 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I grappled with, I told you, my instructor, John Jack Machado and Val Laralde and Steve Rosenberg, and trained with a lot of people. But those are the main three. But yeah, I'm ranked under John Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wasn't in the United States back then.
Yeah, when did that arrive?
It started getting discovered when the original UFC, Hoist Gracie, he was one of the Gracies.
Okay.
He kicked everybody's ass.
They have gyms all over the place now?
Well, now,
Gracie's?
yeah. But back then, back then, Ronnie Van Cleef, he fought Ronnie Van Cleef. Ronnie Van Cleef lasted a minute.
Wow.
He would take everybody to the ground
and
then choke them.
And that's the end of it.
That was the end of it. So now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wasn't even recognized in the United States. It wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
When it did get here, and it dominated, I mean, because a lot of guys could fight standing, but if you get them to the ground, which 80% of the fights go to the ground, they know what to do. Even up against a wrestler. A wrestler would get you to the ground, right? But they weren't comfortable on fighting on their back. Because if you get a wrestler on his back, he spazzes out because, you know, the last thing they want to do is, you know, you want to be on your back.
Well, it's like getting pinned, isn't it, to them?
Exactly.
So you can't have that.
A jiu-jitsu guy, he'll fight on his back because that's how he'll trap you.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable on his back. So, yeah, I'll go on my back. But you come in, you're coming into a lion's den.
Yeah.
He's going to wrap you up and then turn it around. So that's where it dominated everything. It dominated wrestling. It dominated everything.
Interesting.
So back then, if Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was around, very similar to judo. The difference to judo is that judo is standing and Jiu-Jitsu is on the floor.
You never go to the ground.
Right. So to me, I look back at all the techniques that Cliff used to show me.
Mm-hmm.
I say the most effective was judo.
That's interesting.
Judo, the karate too. You know, his karate. You know, he had a mix of Chinese Goju-Ryu, Japanese Goju-Ryu, Shotokan. You know.
So it was more like his own style. He just accumulated over the years.
What he did was he got black belts in almost 9 or 10 different styles.
Really?
He took the most effective techniques that he thought of each style.
Yeah. Made his own
style. He just mixed it. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
But no, he was, I wonder where he's at today because I can't find him. I can't find him on Facebook. I can't find him anywhere.
How old would he be right now? You know? All right.
He's got to be, if he's alive today, he's got to be pushing 70.
Wow.
Van Cleef is still around. I've seen him on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Great shape.
He's got to be up there too.
Yeah, I think I've seen him on Facebook. But Doc, if he's still alive, yeah, that guy, yeah, he was something else. He was before his time.
Sounds like it.
But yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when I started taking that stuff, I'm like, man, you can't even, there's no way you can't. That's why even for my kids, a lot of these schools, what they'll do is they'll promote you just because of money today.
Right.
Taekwondo. You got kids that are like 15 years old, they're black belts. They're not really black belts. They're not really going to handle, you know, real life situation.
But wasn't it difficult to get a black belt? Now it sounds like it's more or less
today,
easier because of money and God knows what else.
Jiu-Jitsu was the only one that they kept the integrity. Like that Jiu-Jitsu community is very small. It's big, it's small in a sense that you walk into Jiu-Jitsu school and you claim to be a black belt, you're going to get found out like this. Whereas these karate schools, guys are walking in with belts, nobody's checking them. Nobody's checking them. Nobody's testing them. Nobody nothing.
Hmm.
But the lineage in jiu-jitsu, right? You better have a legit lineage unless you walk into a school with a black belt, you're going to get beat up. You're going to say, okay, take the belt off. If you don't take the belt off, you're going to get beat up. That's one thing with jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. They kept the integrity.
Hmm.
You can't buy your way through. You know?
It's not easily obtained to get yourself up to a black belt or a brown belt level.
A legit black belt in jiu-jitsu, 15 years.
Hard work, 15 years.
10 to 15. 10 years if nothing's going on in your life, because usually life takes over, right? 10 years, you could do it in 10. 15 is more realistic.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. And yeah, you earned, I tell you what, the belts that I have, I'm not a black belt, but the belts that I have, man, it was one of the hardest accomplishments I ever had to do in my life.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's something like, you really gotta enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Turning 58, my bones and everything is not the same. So, you got to tone your training down. But man, I tell you, even when I went away to jail this time around, you talk about something that you could do where you got no marks on your hands. There's no proof you knocked the guy out because you either choked him or you broke his arm, or you broke his leg, which is very easy to do in jiu-jitsu. But you choke a guy out, you knock him out, clean.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Clean. You didn't have to hit him.
Yep.
You didn't have to punch him, nothing. You just choke him right. It goes out. You got to shake his legs to make sure the blood goes back to his brain because you don't want the guy to stay out.
Right, stays out too long, you got brain damage.
Yeah, well, if you get a guy in a chokehold and you keep the chokehold going, even while he's out, that's where the guy may not get up. Yeah, if you just grab a guy and you choke him, you knock him out to subdue him, and then you just wake him up, and the guy doesn't even realize whatever, and really, they come and check your hands. You got nothing on your hands.
You got no marks. They can't say you did it.
No, just to get you on camera. No, just going through when you go through the neighborhood, and really, I tell you, the relatives that I had in the neighborhood. I mean, the cut between my cousins and my uncles, and
sounds like a big family. I mean,
yeah,
and most Italian families are larger than the average family.
I tell you, my Uncle Louis, I hear stories about my Uncle Louis before he got killed. I mean, the guy had too much balls. Too much. Skinny guy, maybe 150 pounds, maybe. Tall, maybe 5'10", 5'11", always kept himself thin.
Average built,
good-looking guy. Feared nothing.
It's a special quality. Not everybody can do that, man.
No fear.
Yeah.
He'll stab you, shoot you. And he shot out with cops, got shot, got stabbed, got anything for his family, his friends. Was hard on his sleeve, give you the shirt off his back. I heard when he was a kid, he was like one of the best kids that ever came out of our neighborhood.
How old would he have been?
He would have been
in his 70s now?
I think he would have been, how old are you?
71 in a few months.
He would have been your age.
Yeah. Wow.
And he never wanted to be a made guy. He could have got straightened out with any family he wanted. Because he was friends with everybody and everybody wanted him to be with them. He was a cowboy. He didn't want to be...
He didn't want to be attached to one family, you're saying?
No.
And be responsible for that family only.
See, my father, because they were the two closest ones together.
Okay.
My father, from what I heard, before he, lost Louis, he was more level-headed. He was more mature, level-headed.
Okay.
He was more wise guy material in that sense.
I got you.
Makes sense?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's more, you could talk to him. You could approach him.
Right. Which makes you a formidable.
And he was liked by everybody. My father, nobody disliked him. Everybody liked him.
That's important in that aspect of the things.
Louis.
A little bit of a cowboy, as you said.
Cowboy, renegade, live wire, fly off the handle. Couldn't control. Couldn't manage. Yeah. You couldn't, nothing. But balls, like, I've been told he had too much balls.
Yeah.
Too much.
Wow. There is such a thing, you know what I mean? You can get carried away.
So he was missing for 10 days. They shot him 11 times. They stuffed him in a trunk. And
where do they find him? In the Bronx?
In the Bronx somewhere. Now I know who did it, who set him up, who did it, the whole thing. I'll get into that,
Yeah,
you know.
We'll have to put that on the show.
One of his best friends, scumbag,
Mm-hmm.
he's low in life now, set him up. Which is always the case.
Yep. So somebody you know.
But, you know, somebody joked to me and said, you know, if your uncle was alive, because they always say, well, what if this, what if that?
Right.
You know, what if I didn't flip?
Yeah.
What if my uncle was alive? What if my grandfather was alive?
What if?
Yeah. They told me if your Uncle Lewis was alive, they said you would have had 300 years.
300 years.
You never would have got out.
Never.
That's how nuts he was.
Funny. Wow. You would have got 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your uncle would have been,
I don't know what they did to gas.
Yeah. I would have been hanging out with him, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have got attached to him for sure.
Yeah. And it would have been,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said your uncle would have got.
It would have got complicated for you there. Not that it wasn't, but it would have got worse.
Everybody liked him. Gas remembered him. Gas used to talk about him. He said he was in the 19th hole. He says, I love that kid. He said he was crazy. He said, I loved him. He said he wanted him to be there. You know, Lewis didn't want to be with anybody.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the 19th hole. I remember that. On
they say,
6th Street.
You know what they say? All the tough guys are in the cemetery, right?
Yeah, isn't that the truth? It's sad.
But for the reasons why my uncle got killed, I hear different reasons, right? We'll get into it. There's guys who did much worse. Then
was somebody trying to prove a point, Frank?
They was scared of him.
Yeah.
Guys did much worse then and even till today.
Sure.
Nothing ever happened to them. So I guess he caught a bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you get, sometimes it's timing.
Yeah, that's right. It's always
get the right guys around at the right time, and then shit happens, right? Those guys ain't around no more, and then it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think the timing of it was back in the 70s. The mob was at their height.
Yeah.
Every crew was active and healthy, you know, and
doing lots of stuff. There was a lot of things going on in the 70s. There was not a lot of security systems. There wasn't cameras.
Nah.
You can get away with a lot of things and not have to explain to anybody.
Let's put it this way. Being in the street back in the 70s versus being in the street today, two different worlds. Being in the street, even when I was in the street, was probably the tail end of it. You know, mid-'80s to early 90s.
Yeah, we're still talking close to 50 years have gone by, bro.
I'm not that old. Yeah.
But think about it. You're talking, this is 2025. If you're talking 70s, even the 80, you're talking 45 years ago.
Talk about Rafi. Every time he would talk, he would go, when was that heist he did it? 59 or 57? It was 59, right?
59 sounds right, yeah. What I remember reading about.
1959. Right.
Got away with it. Got away with it.
Get a couple of puffs of cigarette. You smoke like a chimney.
Yeah.
Go. Back in 1959. And then listen to this. You know that little brush you put over your finger? It's like a
I kind of remember
something. It's a hand comb.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like
I gotta
goes
bring
over
it.
3 fingers, and you can comb your hair with it. But it's more for the slick back look, isn't it?
Right. So I found myself. Right, I was in CVS or one of the drugstores. Right.
Are you serious? You found one of these?
And I found one, and I bought it. And I said, "Look at this! It's like Rafi all over again." Because Rafi would carry that in his back pocket, and he would go like this here. You know, back in 1959, me and Joe Benanti.
Yeah.
Joe Benanti was a big guy with the bananas. Which reminds me, somebody texted me and says, "Hey, you got this kid. He claims he was in the bullpen with you." I was in the bullpens with him.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced me to Alley Boy Persico.
Okay.
And he was on the compound with me in Otisville. He was told by Mikey DeSantis that, be careful with him. We don't know if he's bad or not. because I wouldn't come out of my room.
Okay.
I said, what? This is the stuff
So
I
they're
could see.
questioning you.
So let me just maybe say this for the record.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
He also claimed that my judge was Judge Sifton, that we were all in the bullpen together, me, him, and Allie Boy, going to see the same judge, Judge Sifton. Eastern District is Brooklyn.
Right.
I never had a Brooklyn case.
Yeah, yours was all in Manhattan.
No, my federal case was out of the Southern District of Massachusetts.
That's right. That's right.
Judge Block.
Mm-hmm.
That was my judge. Google it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay?
that's right. That's right.
My judge wasn't Judge Sifton. I was never in the bullpen in the Eastern District. I don't know. You got to be a pathological. Something's got to be wrong with you to make this up.
Especially
Then-
to bring Alley Boy into it, too.
Then,
I don't even know if Alley Boy was there at that time.
listen to this. Then goes on to say, in Otisville, Mikey DeSantis goes over to him and tells him, "Don't, I don't want to come out of my room." Mikey DeSantis was my cellie in Otisville. I was out in the yard every day.
Yeah, you were.
I don't even remember him being on the compound with us.
That's interesting.
Then goes on the comment section. Somebody, I didn't see it. Our crew,
Yeah.
our crew says that so-and-so, the same guy that made this story up, sent a hand wave and says, "Hey, let's do a show together." Do a show?
Who are you? Who are you?
I said, wait a second. Explain to me, jog my memory, okay?
Yeah.
Explain to me how you put me in the Eastern District bullpens in a federal judge that I have no federal case. Explain to me that. Explain to me how supposedly my cellie tells you
I don't come out of my cell.
was a lie. I'll not lie.
Yeah.
Okay? And explain to me how, because I have a federal case I'm in Boston. Yeah, I was in Otisville. Because you know why? My lawyer put a motion in saying that I want to be closer to my family and closer to my attorney so I could prepare for my case. And that's how he got me transferred to Otisville.
That makes
And I got
sense.
transferred down to the MCC because I was fighting my Brooklyn DA case with the state with the gun.
Okay.
Don't even know this kid.
But yet,
he goes and
he's
does
making
a
a
story.
couple of false claims here.
Couple. Yeah. And then they're telling me, Frank, you know what? We've been doing research on him.
Is he a little off, maybe, the kid?
Maybe he's off, but
Who knows?
they said that there's been a huge credibility problem with him in the past. He's gotten photos and cut and pasted himself next to people.
Trying to make himself something he's not.
Yeah, like he cut and pasted his photo with somebody else that he never knew to make himself look like.
It's a lot of effort
He
for
knows
no
it.
gain, really.
Right? Got caught in a lot of lies.
Yeah, that's not
And
good.
they says that, he was like one of the first ones to do this YouTube stuff. And if he would have kept it real, he would have kept it straight, he probably would have been like one of the biggest channels out there. But he's
not doing it the right way.
I think the kid's got some mental problems,
Could be. Happens.
which, I'm not going to get on him for that.
But that's interesting.
If he
You made
watches
those
this-
claims.
I'm not going to mention his name. He knows who he is
Yeah, of course.
because I ain't going to get into no drama. I would have thought about doing a show with him or an episode.
Mhm.
I can't do any episodes or shows with any convicted felons. So that's under my probation. Everybody knows that. I can't affiliate with any felons. I can't have any affiliation. So
And there's a lot of guys out there that would love to be a part of what you're doing right now.
there's a lot of guys I would like to have on the show.
Yeah.
Or go on their show.
Yeah.
Or do something together.
And you can't.
I put their names in. A couple guys have channels.
Right.
And they shot it down.
Shut it down.
Probation department says no way. And I can't do that. So I got what? I got another 16 months left. So worst case scenario, 16 more months.
Count the days.
Wow. I said,
Yeah.
what the? And spelled my name wrong.
After all that.
So last name is Gioia.
Hey, that's right. Yeah.
Put Gioa.
Forgot a couple others.
You know what? God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless
There
him. This
may
kid's
be
a little-
something.
kid's
There
a
may
little,
be something a little off.
yeah.
It happens. Hey. Depends on your lifestyle.
If
what
he
you
wants to
did.
come around, he wants to send me an apology. He wants to say, hey, you're right.
That'd probably be the right
whatever.
thing to do.
You
on
do the
his
right
part.
thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could do some in the future. But now, I would stay far away from him.
No, it doesn't make sense that he would go that route and say that he was there with you when you weren't even there, or had no clue what he's talking about.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment. Somebody told me, Frank, take it as a compliment. I don't know if I take it as an insult or a compliment.
Yeah, that's how do you look at that? It's kind of borderline both, really. You can go either way on that thought process. I take it as an insult first, and then maybe evaluate it.
I tell you, this YouTube thing is, it's easy and it's hard not to get involved with the drama, because sometimes you look and you hear things, you say, you know what, like this kid, I say, man, I want to blast this kid, really make him look like pathological liar that he is.
You want to look stupid,
but then I'm like, you know what?
Why bother?
Let it be.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
People obviously know what he's doing anyway, so you're not the only one that figured him out. So
if you got views out of it,
God bless.
God bless. Make your money and have a nice day.
Yeah, move on. Pretty interesting that people still do that, But like you said, YouTube, you can get caught up in the drama, or you can just ride it out.
But back to the neighborhood, the club that I hung out in the most was on Mulberry off of Spring Street. Was my cousin Alex's club. Alex Morelli.
What'd you guys call that place?
It didn't have a name.
It was just a club.
Yeah. So my grandfather Nunzi, my mother's father, he was like Pete DeFeo. Pete DeFeo was a captain in the Genovese family.
I remember that guy.
Pete DeFeo goes back with Vito Genovese, Frank Costello, Luciano. He goes back way.
Old school.
Yeah. So Pete's always been like a main guy in the Genovese family. His partner down on Spring Street was Chappie, they called him. I forget Chappie's real name. So my grandfather was very close with Pete, super close. When the books opened up, he wanted to get my grandfather straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
He put his name up. I guess there were guys that were in the Genovese family that didn't like my grandfather, and they shot him down. Not once, twice.
Really?
Twice when the books opened up, it was known Nunzi's name was supposed to be in, and he got shot down.
And that's from the Genovese family.
Yeah, so Pete went to my grandfather and said, Nunzi, like he tried several times to get him pushed. But I guess whoever was there had power enough to shoot it down. He says, who do you want me to put in place of you? Like, in other words, who do you want there to be in place for you? So my grandfather said, put my cousin Alex, which is Alex Morelli I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Black Alex.
Yeah, Black Alex.
Call him Black Alex because he was naturally he was dark skinned, like he had real dark skin, They put Alex in. Alex gets his button, and everybody knows it's for Nunzi.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like Nunzi by proxy. Yeah. So because of that, and because Alex was like the neighborhood wise guy, he was always around. He was around from when I was a kid because you had the Spring Street Park, and he was like the neighborhood wise guy. He ran those blocks, So as a kid growing up, eventually I got old enough and I started hanging out in the club. But then towards the end of his life, he started drinking a lot. He started fooling around a little bit with the blow.
A lot of people got hooked
and
up.
he wound up in deep depression because he used to go out with Jimmy Burke.
Well, everyone knows Jimmy.
Jimmy Burke, right?
Yeah.
Well, he used to go out with his daughter, Kathy Burke.
Really?
I think that was her name, Kathy. Fell in love with her. They were supposed to, they were supposed to be together.
Yeah.
I guess she broke up with him, and he was heartbroken. Never got over it.
So he went into a depression from that.
Yeah. Drinking. So he would stay up. Like he would go to the club, hang out till daylight.
Yeah.
If he wanted to go out even more, he'd go to Splits. Splits was his cousin.
Mm-hmm. That was an after-hours joint.
Yeah. After-hour joint, whatever. So anyway, a lot of time I spent with him there in the club. He was always open. So I would go there at night. We meet. Sometimes we go for dinner, me and him. I'll go for lunch. He didn't drink every day, but weekends. But a lot of people would stop there. They would stop and go, hey, let's go to Alex's. Go for a cocktail. Go hang out. So, it was a packed house in there. It was a neighborhood club.
Fun place to go. Everybody was there. You felt comfortable there. You didn't feel threatened. That's the kind of place you want to go to. Same thing, we used to have one on 86th Street. Remember, it was upstairs on the second floor in Bensonhurst. I forget the name of it, but they had the after-hours joint. Everybody used to go there after the clubs.
He's one of those guys where, you see when I say don't meet your hero?
Yeah, maybe
Now,
disappointed.
He wasn't my hero.
But you looked up to him.
Growing up as a kid, I would see him argue with cops, tell cops, this is my fucking neighborhood. And cops, patrol cops would bow down to him.
Really?
I mean, like, it was his neighborhood. It was his block. It was his.
And everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it. So I'm talking about from a kid from like 8 years old, I'm looking up to this guy like, wow, this guy's a big, tough guy. He's a wise guy. He's a gangster. He's everything I want to strive to be. I tell you.
And then you meet him and you hang out with him.
And you're hanging out with him. You're side by side. And you're like, man, look at this. This is
totally different human than you thought he was.
A fraud.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. That was one of them.
Disappointing.
Wasn't my hero, but it was a guy that you stand side by side. Like, man, this guy's legendary. And he became the captain. Like, after Pete wanted to hand it down, he gave him the ship.
Yeah.
And he ruined it. I mean, what he did was he didn't know how to handle money. He didn't know how to nothing. So what he did was I think he had the spot for like maybe a year, 6 months, and they knocked him back down again. They said because he couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Some guys can't handle.
You got to be a businessman first, don't you? I mean, and then everything else comes secondary.
Some guys can't handle positions. They can't handle the money. They can't, you know. But yeah, he was a drinker. He was a gambler. He was all of that. You know. Yeah, that club. Me and George used to play around him all the time because he was very paranoid. You know, if a car would pull up.
Playing tricks on him?
Yeah. So a car would pull up. Me and Georgie would go, who is that? You know, and then he would jump off the chair. Who is it? Who is it? Man, who is it? There's nobody there.
Yeah, you're jacking with him.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
We're going through the blinds going, who is that? He's jumping off the seat, you know, we're laughing. We were laughing our ass off. But I think about it, that whole neighborhood there, later on when you're sitting with agents, one guy in particular, he passed away. Everybody knew him. He knew everything. He was like the encyclopedia of organized crime. He'd give you a wink and a nod. Man, there was more CIs.
Yeah, not
on that block.
I can imagine, man.
No. I look back now and I go, wow. Wow.
Sounds like too many people played in that arena to play the CI.
I'll get into that later on, but there's one guy in particular. I don't want to mention his name yet because he probably doesn't come out of his house as it is.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, CI number, I don't know if he was 106 or 96.
But he was one of those too, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny how you remember the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't forget things like that, you know?
Yeah.
I still got all my paperwork too. From years ago.
106 or 96.
Alex, when I was training with Zuzio and it was known that I was like, you know, in shape and, you know, I could handle myself, I was starting to hang out in this club and stuff. So he took advantage of that. A couple of guys in the feast, because you used to have the feast right there.
Yeah.
He would have stands and they had to give him money, you know. So one guy didn't pay and, you know, still didn't pay and didn't pay and didn't pay. And finally he goes, when you see that MF, you know, slap him around for me. And I would go like, how much you want me to slap him around? Like what level you want this, you know?
Yeah.
Just knock him out, you know, just, you know, with your hands, whatever.
Scare him a little is what he wants.
Yeah, so I'm walking to the feast one day and I see the guy in broad daylight. I see him by the stand on the spot.
Yeah.
Just walk over, start clocking him. Everybody looking, everybody's like, why? You know? I don't even know why. I was just told to do it, you know? That's how it was. You know, when I was that age, if I seen somebody, if it didn't matter where it was, on site, if I was after you or I was told to do something.
It had to be right then.
On site.
It was not waiting, and it was right then.
I wasn't the type of kid where, all right, there he is. Let me Let me
plan
wait.
something
Just
out.
plan
Yeah.
something.
Wait till he goes to his car. Wait for this. Wait for that. You didn't do that. You just
Broad daylight. Didn't matter if you were in eating here, there, wherever you were at. I was doing it. You know. Yeah, those were the days back when you didn't care.
well, you
Didn't
didn't
care
have
about the
any remorse
repercussions.
about anything. There was nothing to worry about. That's called no fear.
You know, even with I remember when the first guy I hit with a I thought it was a bat, but I was training with the wooden sword because you can't practice with a real sword because you'll cut yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yourself and anybody who gets near you.
So you train with a wooden one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, this thing's gonna work just like a hardball bat,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it came time I had to crack this guy with a I had to crack him over the head with something,
Mm-hmm.
right? I never forget. I got the thing,
Yeah.
hit him flush on his head. My hands hurt more, I think, than anything because there was no weight. It vibrated right to your hands.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it gave
It's
no
not
weight.
designed to do that. That's
It's not
why.
designed to do that.
Yeah.
No. I think back that was a rough one. You know? Yeah, then you learn these little techniques. You say, okay, you got a hardball bat. So now, anytime I figured, okay, I got to hardball bat somebody, what do you go for? Go for his head first?
Legs, take them down.
You always go for his legs first. I had to learn that. Because what happens is you swing for their head, they either catch the move.
Yep. If they see you, you don't got them.
Right? You lose your balance, too, because you're swinging up.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
You always go for the kneecaps first.
Chop them down.
Because you're going to hit one of the two legs or both.
Yep.
Right? And then you swing it down, you swing it with more.
Yep.
Right? And then you go for the top.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense. Scary, but it makes sense.
But you know, after a while, after you get in those real life situations, you learn those things. Those are things like, you know, you can't learn other than doing it.
Right. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And you get better at it.
But I think of all the fights. I think of all the stabbings. I think of all the hardball bats. I don't know how I'm alive today. I really don't.
You got a few lives.
Well, the cat,
we talked
has
about
9,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Cat has 9.
That's right.
Wait a minute, you got a cat on your cup.
I can do.
What kind of cat?
I don't know.
They said,
I got a cat, you got a dog.
My man.
My brother.
Always an honor and a pleasure.
Honor and a pleasure. I like that. We've had a good day today, my friend. I enjoyed this. And now that we're done for the day, I'll see you when I see you.
Flow sumo, this ain't a game Uno. Shout out to my Usos, killing bills like Uma. Balls travel from Pluto, big truck soprano, gabagool and prosciutto, kicking ill like judo.